Yeah, it is. No, wait. No, yeah, it is. It is. It is. Set this up real quick. What's everybody getting themselves into on this beautiful day? It's actually a hot ass day, but nonetheless, clear skies. No breeze, unfortunately, but it's a nice sunny day to be at the beach and whatnot. Decided to hop on, see what's the talk of the town is going down. The word on the curve, you heard me. And chop it up with individuals, you know. Okay, let me move this right here. All right, we straight. No, I'm not even gonna 2 seconds. I don't know what that does. Yeah. But yeah, what's good with everybody? What's good with the people? What's cracking lacking? You already know we on our lunch break. And the G Live episode is coming. It should be coming like in about 2 days, right? For those who have been waiting for it, right, and asking me when is it coming back, when is it coming back. The thing is, I had some problems with the computer, so now that it got fixed, now we're ready to go. Now we're ready in motion. We just had to buy some parts and fix fix it up, but we good now. We good now. So we're back. We're back on the road again. So those are coming now, right? I didn't know what the problem was at first, so we had to fix that first, and then you know. So now for those who have been asking, it is already coming, right? And it's gonna be on the San Fernando Valley. We're gonna be starting there because, like I said, I was already backed up, with prior videos in the works, right? But we couldn't put them out because the editing process, because that shit takes up a lot of time. And it was what was wrong, right? We weren't able to edit it before because we had to buy a few things. That's the problem with computers, they tend to glitch. And then what's worse is it's like a car. You have to kind of find out what the problem is. It's a guessing game. But yeah, we should be ready to roll now. So it is coming already. So, like I said, I just needed some time, but we on the road. What's your favorite beer? I would have to say my favorite one, probably Mickey or Carta Blanca. Mickey. Nah, I'm gonna go with Mickey. I'm gonna say it's Mickey. The green bottle with the hornet on it, or Carta Blanca. Like if we're talking about what about Mexican beer? I'm not a fan of Modelos. I actually don't like Modelos. I'm probably one of the few that does it. I prefer like Pacifico, if anything. You like the grenade bottles or the 40? Both. Yeah, the little grenades that come in the fucking 6 pack or the 12 pack. Shit, they even said they have them in 24s. I never seen a 24, but yeah, we'll smack them both. Can you give my brother my? Shout out to Mike. Don't cuss. Yeah, I have a hard time, not doing that. So, it kind of just tends to come out. It's part of my vocabulary. I'm 9. No, you're not 9. Because how are you on my live? My live, I specifically always put not for kids. So how are you on my live? Do I get affected by people's thoughts? No, I'm not. I'm lying. Depending though, if it involves something that's related to me, then yeah, right. Like relevant to me, not to my views or anything like that. Because I'm cool with a lot of people that disagree with me or have different views than me. I never get triggered or bothered. Everybody wants affection, not just Latinos or everybody wants affection. Humanity, humans in general, we're emotional creatures. We want affection, and that goes to every human being that's in this planet wants affection and craves it too. Shut up. On my way to the liquor store. That's right, my boy. I feel you. Homie's living it up. Yeah, but that's in general when it comes to, human beings. Yeah. Even the ones that claim that they rather be alone or that they don't need nobody, that's a lie. The only reason why they're saying that is because they want affection, right? That's the reason why they tend to be short tempered or, you know, grumpy or suicidal or, bitter. But for those very reasons. And not just humans in general, but even creatures themselves, right? Even animals. You know, you get a wolf away from its pack, it tends to die, faster than when it's with its pack. Neglection and isolation will deteriorate your mind. You know what I mean? It will literally start to deteriorate your mind and body. It's not good for people. Did you just fart, bro, again? No, I didn't. But if I did, I wouldn't have a problem saying that I did. I'm not somebody that would become embarrassed or some shit like that. It's a part of the human body. That's what people do. What up, Shadow? What's cracking like it, my boy? I don't understand why people get embarrassed or ashamed when they fart or burp. It's like that's what people do, my guy. You live in the U.S. or you live life in hardcore mode? Because I live in the U.S., but yeah, I live good too. That's good. You out there in Europe? That's right. Must be lovely. It's lovely here too. I mean, it's got its chaos, but I mean, what part of the planet doesn't? Whoopsie, my bad. Okay, now I know that not to touch that option again. Interesting. My bad. Sometimes I mess with my settings here, and you know, it's because YouTube sometimes they give us this setting, and it's like I sometimes be tripping out on it. That's an interesting feature. I don't understand why I would need that in our life, but okay. What's cracking like it, Derek? What you getting yourself into, my boy? Uh, Sometimes I fart into my Big Mac. So, to eat it while I'm streaming waiting for someone to. That's cool, my guy. Don't you have an interesting, way of thinking? I hope you already had that line thought of and just didn't think of it on the spot. I had an interesting conversation with my Theo, and he gave me some ideas on how to improve. Órale, all right. Yeah, I know there's a lot of raza that doesn't speak Spanish or has difficult speaking Spanish, that's here in the United States. It's understandable. I don't understand why some people are like appalled because some Latinos or Mexicanos can't speak Spanish. Like, well, bro, they were raised here. And 9 times out of 10, if they don't speak, Spanish is because they weren't taught. Like my brothers and sisters, they don't speak Spanish. My wife doesn't speak Spanish, and they're all Mexicans. My cuñados don't speak Spanish, and they're Mexicans. I have homies from my neighborhood that don't speak Spanish, and they're Mexicans. You know what I mean? The reason why I just speak Spanish and my brothers and sisters don't is because my mom and dad were born here, and well, my mom and dad, they know Spanish, but they talk to us in English, right? But I was raised with my grandparents for complicated reasons, and long story. So I was raised with my grandparents, and my grandparents don't speak English. So that's how I learned, how to speak Spanish. And my brothers and sisters were with my mom and dad, and well, they were just getting spoken to in English, so they had no one to teach them Spanish. Like, they could understand it, but they just can't speak it. My wife could understand this, pretty good, and she can sometimes try to speak it, but it's, it's not fluent. It's kind of like chopped up. And that's because, her family was already generations here too, right? Like, her grandma was born here, right? But her great-great-grandma comes from, Mexico. Oh, shit. I guess I got the super chat thing. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate that. I never asked for anything, right? Like, so it's cool. Like, people don't need to shoot nothing or nothing like that, right? But I appreciate it, my boy. I really do. What a trip. Hey, bro, thanks for putting me on the Academy of Ideas YouTube channel. I watch all their videos. Hey, that's good, my boy. Hey, I'm telling you, bro, that's one of my favorite channels, bro. Out of all, like, that's one of my favorite ones, bro. You know what I mean? See, when people tell me, like, what kind of channels that's the kind of channels that I'm watching, right? I'm not watching like these prison channels or street channels. You know what I mean? I just don't. I live that shit, right? I live that shit my whole entire life, so I don't find it interesting. Like, there's nothing that they're gonna be able to speak about that I don't know or haven't experienced, right? So it just doesn't catch my attention, right? This, on the other hand, though, this catches my attention, right? That's why I just, like, gravitate to education, like real education, though, like, stuff that's actually good to know, right? And could actually potentially help you out of life, not this glorification of how badass somebody is. You know what I mean? Like, how's that? How is me hearing you talk about how gangster you are gonna help me in real life? How's that benefiting my raza in any way? Like, how is that information gonna help the raspado people out there, and the ones selling elotes, and the ones that are getting up early and actually going to work and fucking actually making it happen? How's all that shit gonna help them? Talking about that they're for my people and they're for the betterment of my people. Fuck you are, bro. It's insulting to hear, someone try to, use your culture to try to fucking dupe people. You know what I mean? It's like they dupe people, but don't use the culture on me. It's disrespectful. But obviously the greedy will always back up the greedy, right? Like, nah, you have to be able to go out there and get the bag by any means necessary. And a lot of people see it that way, right? Like, you gotta do what you gotta do, even if it means lying, cheating, and stealing. Like, that's some goofy ass way of looking at shit. And it's the advice that a lot of people get by their actions. What's up, Shadow? I'm starting to call it in August. I'm so nervous. I have to license yet. Hey, well, hey, that's good to hear, bro. But you need to go get your license, though. You just want to always start right, bro. Like, on the right foot, right? Like, you don't want something to, like, now, hinder your education, or, maybe, deteriorate you from actually, going and seeking out your education, right? And it's not that hard, to get your license. But that's good to hear, bro. More people, should go that route instead of seeking attention elsewhere that they're not really gonna get anything out of it. I'm Asian and I speak Spanish. That's right, my boy. You know what? Trip out on this. There's homies from my neighborhood that are not Mexican, that are not even Latinos, that they're, like the homie that's black and the homie that's white, and they speak pretty good Spanish, bro. I mean, we have Asians in my neighborhood, but they don't. I mean, they know some words like Simon, Noral, and shit like that, right? But but the homies, that's black and one of the homies that's white, they can speak that shit pretty good, bro. But they grew up with us, right? So with our family, so agarran la onda. Most Americans, they requires for language to graduate high school, so can learn Spanish not easily. Yeah, it's true. They could take the courses, right? Um, my daughter did, right? So, órale, vato, ¿qué onda? What's cracking, like? I'm English. We'll still run the. I'm English. We still run the world, and that's why you still speak English. Well, no, yeah. If you wanna, you know, partake in the whole global trade and everything, you need to know English, right? That's one of the languages that you kind of need to know, right? Because the language is universally recognized, like wherever you go. Shout out Sweden! Shout out to Sweden! Today's my brother's. Today's my birthday, but no one wished me because my weird name. Why? What's your name? Hey, gracias, Mr. Pasa. I appreciate that, my boy. You guys don't really need to send anything, bro. Like it's all good, bro. Hey, gracias, my boy. Hey, neta, to get yourself a bit. That's right, my boy. Gracias. I appreciate that, homie. But you guys don't really need to do that. You think Raza will ever put the gang shit aside and make money like I believe so. I believe so. Um, as society now has a better understanding of why individuals grow up to be a certain way, right? And how important it is to be a parent and to communicate with your child and to show children emotion, right? This whole machista and the man has to be tough and all that, attitude from back in the days, that men don't cry and all this and that they used to teach back then. Yeah, it was just brewing a whole lot of chaos, bro. You know what I mean? Because those are not the best lessons to teach individuals, right? Um, you make individuals feel like there's something wrong with them because of the feelings that they're feeling, right? So you have a lot of people out there, growing up feeling insignificant, insecure, and a whole lot of shit, right? So you're creating a very troubled individual, right? So now that people have a better understanding and, they put that stupid bullshit mindset to the side or whatever, less individuals are growing up to become gang members. Even though gangs exist, gangs are still around and shit like that. Trust me, and I know this, they're not as big as they once were. And not that many people want to become gangsters like back in the days, right? They're still around, but just in a more smaller amount, right? And for those reasons, not because of gentrification or whatever people think, it's that. No, it's because less individuals are growing up in a chaotic household that seek shit somewhere else. And for that reason, there's fewer of them out there. And as time goes on, there'll be more and fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer until the ones that are out there already grow up and get old, right, and retire or die or whatever the fuck, and the gangsters wither away. And people can't say that. Oh, that's never gonna happen and everything. Trust me, I guarantee you that the Romans, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Ottoman Empire, Napoleon's, empire, all of them believed that their shit was never gonna die out either, bro. They believed that their shit was gonna ride forever, homie. But guess what? So, hey, none of that shit's around no more. You know what I mean? Um, Now, not to say that there won't be chaos and everything like that, because you're always going to have ignorant individuals out there and people that refuse to take care of their responsibilities, right? And, refuse to, live right. So, of course, you'll still have chaos and stupid individuals out there, but just not at the amount that there is, right? And even though blacks do get money and stuff like that, if you live out here, then you would understand that they still kill each other and still gangbang on each other as well, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's true. Musically wise, they're able to coexist more, right? And get their money and put that shit aside, right? But that doesn't mean that out in the streets their homies aren't banging on each other, like whatever. Like maybe just because, like, let's say their sets, like if let's say it was Nipsey and YG, like they did that song together, right? So they put their set shit to the side, right? Doesn't mean that their homies did the same thing, right? Their homies were probably still banging on each other, right? But they understand, okay, this is the homie, and that he's gonna do music with that fool because it's beneficial for his career, whatever. They understand that part. Doesn't mean that they have to show the same respect to their homies, right, and shit like that, or that it'll be applied to that, right? And it comes from, I have talked about this before. My stepdad is from a rival neighborhood, right? A rival gang, right? And, there's always been issues, right? And when we have birthday parties, right, for my brothers and sisters, he invites his people over. The homies come over, right? And yeah, there's tensions, but we could coexist. There's an understanding there, right? The respect of things. So there's no issues. Now, in the streets, if we were to bump into any of his homies that we don't know, like that just but are from his neighborhood, they're not gonna get that same respect. It's gonna be on site, and same, vice versa. I've been jumped by his homies before, but that I didn't know, whatever. Right now, his homies that have gone to the pad have caught me slipping, and they have gave me a pass, and vice versa. We have caught some of the ones that have been to the pad, but we give them a pass because they understand they're not there to disrespect or to do whatever the anything negative or whatever, right? So there's an understanding of respect, because respect goes a long way, right? But that doesn't mean that it's going to be applied to everybody. So when people be like, oh, it's so stupid that you guys are gaming, because then when you get locked up, you're gonna have to get along and stuff like that. First of all, no one says that you have to coexist or be holding hands in kumbaya with anybody, right? Now, like, yes, having to coexist, yes, but not to be saying that you guys are best friends now. And even if you do build upon with an individual that's from a rival in there, that doesn't mean if you get out and you get caught sleeping in his neighborhood by his homies that they'll give you a pass. And individuals recognize that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're cool with this individual, doesn't mean that you got the A-OK to, that doesn't mean none of that. You know what I'm saying? So when people be like, oh, it's so stupid, like, no, it's stupid to you because you don't understand how it works. That's why you say those things, because what you think how it works is not actually how it works. And that's why it looks stupid to you, because you just don't understand that that's not how it works. You think that that's how it works when that's not how it works. And that's why a lot of people, always come with the, misconceptions and shit like that. Because just because you hear some things doesn't necessarily mean that you know how it goes, unless you live it. But either way, you get nothing out of it. Stay in school. It's better to educate yourself and do things, the right way. Because you're going to get nothing from the streets. And that's just facts. I hate the whole as much as I love my life. Ah, 2024. God bless you all. Be safe out there. Hey, well, I disagree with the Trump part, but hey, likewise, bro. Blessings to you. Say, bro, que viva Trump. Pues que viva Trump. Is he alive? Isn't he alive? Está viviendo, ¿no? mind saying it, like, if you are interested in voting for Donald Trump, then go vote for him. If that's how you feel and that's how you see it, then go vote for the vato. But vote for him because you feel that he's the right one. Not because, people around you are telling you that he's the right one, but because you feel like he's the right one for your reasons, right? And if you say fuck that vato, then fuck that vato. But if you really feel like, fuck that vato for the reasons that you feel and not because everyone around you is saying fuck that vato. You know what I mean? But actually do it because it's what you honestly feel. Like me, I don't like Trump and I don't like Kamala. I don't like Biden. I don't like none of them. Right? So to me, it's fuck them all. But that's just because that's how I see it, though. Right? I'm not here to advocate and for people to jump on my wagon or nothing like that. Right? Because I do hear some channels like, oh, look at these people. Oh, you're saying fuck no, I'm blocking you. Like, why? People can't think for themselves, bro. People have to think like you. In order to be respected, in order for them to be able to express themselves and give their opinions, they have to align with yours. That is fucking egotistical, bro. That's the reason why I never block anybody, bro. People are entitled to say whatever the fuck they want, bro. People have the right to. It's America, bro. No one's saying that you have to agree with their views, right? But they're entitled to express them. Now, if your views or what you're saying is disrespectful towards some individuals, then you having the right to say whatever you want, you also have to understand that they have the right to feel however they feel. And if they feel disrespected and want to take flight and bomb on you, then they have that right as well. Right? Like you have, and the problem is that people are like, nah, that's wrong. That they should want to, beat you up for your opinions. Like, yes, but you see, the thing is that there's a lot of people out there that voice their opinions the wrong way, right? Like you as an adult also have to realize to know how to talk to individuals, right? Like, have to know how to express yourself the right way, right? Without actually calling people names and insulting them, right? Like, wow, you don't like Trump? Then you must be fucking gay then. Like, what? And then you get punched, the guy gets punched, and then he wonders, like, what? Why is he tripping? I can't have my own opinions now? Like, no, you're allowed to have your opinions, bro. But that doesn't give you the right to insult the individual either. You have to know how to talk to people, bro. Like, there's people that always be like, I see, they'll be like, oh, these people don't know how to take criticism, like, they got mad just because I said that their fucking rap is fucking worse than shit, that they should just kill themselves. Yeah, that's because that's critiquing. Critiquing is when you're actually, pointing out what you found wrong with something. Like, oh, I found that the music was offbeat. I felt like the individual, wasn't wordplaying. That he wasn't coming creative with the wordplay. He was going off beat. I really wasn't feeling the tone of the beat and the verses. Pointing out shit that you actually found wrong, right? That's critiquing. Saying something is fucking whack and this motherfucker should just die and give up. That's not critiquing, bro. You see the difference? Right here, you're not giving, what you actually found wrong, By saying that, hey, bro, you should just fucking give up, bro. Like, that shit was fucking ass. It was fucking trash. You're not pointing out why you thought it was trash. What exactly about it did you feel that it was why it was trash? You get me? That way the individual could now be like, okay, I'll take that into consideration and maybe there's some truth to it and I'll work on it, right? But by just simply saying some shit is ass, but what exactly is ass though? All of it, just everything. Yeah, but what exactly of everything? Just, look, my boy, I just don't like you. Like, oh, well, that's different, bro. You know what I mean? That's not criticizing. So when people be like, "Dad, these fools are getting butthurt because, man, we just simply, criticize." Like, you didn't criticize, though. You insulted. You called them out a name, you insulted and all this. That's not criticism, my boy. Learn the definition. And people really feel like, that they are entitled to, be able to insult somebody and name call and everything like that, and then wonder why they're tripping. Like, hey, these people are tripping. Like, no, my boy, you were tripping. Like, I just told them honestly. Did you highlight honestly what it was? Nah, because fuck that fool. Oh, well, then that's not criticism, my boy. Seems like that's your, dislike me towards that individual. And you can't use that as a form and just, label it criticism, right? Like some people think that like there's some people that think every single person who's in a gang is a shooter, or to be in a gang banging. That is true. That people think just because you're in a gang that automatically that this guy knows how to fight, or that he's some kind of killer and everything. That's not true. That's not true. Like, just because, you know, someone's in a gang doesn't mean that they know how to throw hands, or that they're these sick ass fighters, or that these sick ass shooters. Oh, you're right. You're 100% right on that. You know, and the gang doesn't ask that of individuals. The gang doesn't ask somebody to be, come with those, credentials or whatever, right? They just, you just have to be, down for the neighborhood, right? You just have to represent and hold your morals down, bro. Like, no one's saying that when a homie gets down, no one's expecting the homie to win the fight. Nobody's expecting the homie to beat the person up. That's not what people expect out of individuals. They expect individuals not to let themselves. Whether they win or lose is fucking irrelevant, bro. The whole point is that they didn't let themselves. Don't let somebody walk all over you, win or lose. Who cares if he beats you up? Just don't let yourself get punked. You know what I mean? The win or the loss is irrelevant, bro. The whole point is to not let yourself. You know what I mean? He could fuck you up and you get up and he insults you and you take off again, and he could beat you up again and again and again and again. But don't let him talk down on you. Don't let this person punk you. Regardless if you keep losing, homie. Just don't let this individual try to walk all over you. You get what I'm saying? That's the purpose. Holding your ground, regardless if you win or lose. Because there's homies that get down with each other, and someone has to lose, and people don't be like, "Oh, this fool's a lame. This fool no good. Get the fuck out of here." They don't do that, bro. Like, that's right, homie. You handled your business. You get what I'm saying? Because the whole point is handling your business, not about fucking the outcomes of the fight. Like, hey, this fool banged and he got his ass whooped. Like, so what? He still ran up on you fools, and he still, made it crack. Yeah, he may have lost, but he still had the guts to do that, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, facts, bro. Homies are not there scared to smile and are holding this tough. The ones that try to act like that, bro, are the ones that are the fakest, bro. Those are the ones that are not about their business, bro. Because I've seen it time and time again, bro. Homies don't worry about being themselves and don't worry about what other people are thinking, because they know what they have done and they know what they're about. And if anybody has questions or questions them, they could get it cracking, right? So they don't mind being themselves. While the ones that never put in no work and could still be questioned on their credibilities are the ones that always put up the image. That way people don't question them, if they're with the business, right? Because if they're always talking shit and they're these super serio, all blasted and people must assume that they're with the business. That way they don't get tested. Because if they get tested, they know that they'll fail. That's why they always put up that facade. Because they're afraid if they act like themselves, that people will be like, "Hey, man, this was not about it." And then, yeah, they're not about it. Well, somebody, man, no, they could care less. They could come and test. Then right there, we'll really see what it is. But they don't mind being tested. If anybody, wonders While these individuals are afraid of that because they know what the outcome would be. And those who live the life understand and know that by just, growing up with individuals and seeing so many fools fall off and, fake it, and so many serious and real homies that, you get the feel of how a homie behaves. But out there, people don't know that kind of shit because they don't interact with gangsters, so they don't know none of this, right? So they just go based off what they see in movies. There's all the fools that are all blasted and super serio. Those are the real ones right there. That's why you get all these, and that's where these, fake individuals that try to pretend to be cholos, that's their idea that they have in their head. That's why they come on here and they always try to pretend and act like those kind of individuals. Hey, a real homie wouldn't be. Yeah, because a real homie would be typing that on YouTube, right? No, real homie will get at somebody through a fucking comment. Phone calls will be made and you'll get a knock on your door. That's how business will be handled. And, that's just, it's funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys. And thanks for the ones that donated. You guys really didn't have to, you know what I mean? But I appreciate it. Hey, and we up.